writing.
शत्रुबुद्धि विनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
Thank you. Now I request Dr. Piyush Dotto, Dean of Academics and HOD of Electrical and Communication Engineering, and Head of the Department of Electrical and Communication Engineering, to give a brief welcome note and throw the light on this 5-day program. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, Shomonareka. I think I am audible to all of you. So this is due to some unavoidable situation. Our principal ma'am, Professor Dr. Mumada, she is not present right now. So I got the opportunity to give my welcome speech in this 5-day faculty development program on research methodology and publication ethics. So very good morning to all of you, distinguished speaker.
Good morning, Dr. Dotto.
Thank you, sir. Good morning to you. Dr. Mumadash and my colleagues and ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome all of you in this opening ceremony in 5-day faculty development program on research methodology and publication ethics that is jointly organized by the Research and Development Cell and IQAC Cell, GKCM in West Bengal. First of all, I just recall in the last year achievement by our institute. In the last year, we organized one faculty development program on research methodology that is organized by the, again, Research and Development Cell as well as IQAC Cell. As well as we also organized one national conference on emerging approaches towards the sustainability EATS 2022 that also be organized by GKCM on 2022. Now go to the actually the main motive of this faculty development program. So mainly this faculty development program is totally relied on the research scholar as well as the faculty members to enhance their quality of research in science, technology, humanities, commerce, management, and the interdisciplinary field. The program mainly concentrates on the methodology of the research publication. It also aims to identify the domain where the researcher gets some information from our speaker. They also got some qualitative and quantitative and mixed methodology to ethical practice in writing and publication in research article as well as the publication in books. In this FDP attended by the 4 speakers representing their both leading from their respective field. So this is our their achievement that we also got the opportunity to get some information from our respected 4 speaker as well as sharing some information with them and got some ideas. Finally, this is the opportunity to opening this 5-day faculty development program on research methodology and publication ethics. I wish all these 5 days will be very interesting and all the participants get the information and that will be the very fruitful to all of you. I warmly welcome to you and now I hand over this session to Shomonareka. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible again? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we are honored to have today's speaker, Dr. Pradeep Kumar Majhi, who will share his valuable insight. Okay, Everything's okay. Okay, Dr. Pradeep Kumar Majhi, who will share his valuable insight on how to write for and get published in scientific journals. Let's give a brief introduction to our speaker today. Dr. Pradeep K. Majhi is an associate professor in the Department of Polymer and Process Engineering at IIT Roorkee. Before joining IIT Roorkee, he served as a DRDO scientist. He was deeply involved in the indigenization of polymer and rubber products for different aircraft and aero engine for the Indian Air Force. He was awarded Chief Commendation Award by Chief of Air Staff, Indian Air Force. He obtained his PhD degree from IIT Kharagpur and researched on an ISRO-sponsored project. He is a recipient of the gold medal from the University of Calcutta, being the topper in MTech, Polymer Science and Technology, in 2006. He is the recipient of the Young Scientist Award in 2018 from Polymer Processing Society, USA, and the Early Career Research Award from ACRB, Government of India. He is an expert panel member of the Indian IPUA Technical Center. He was a visiting scientist at Toyota Technological Institute, Japan, through Matsume International Foundation, MIF, Japan Fellowship. He has supervised 4 PhDs, 10 MTechs, and many BTech students for their project. He is the author of more than 90 peer-reviewed international research papers, 4 book chapters, a few monograms, and a patent. He has many foreign collaborators like Kyoto University, German Aerospace Center, NC State University, USA, Newcastle University, UK. He is a life member of the Aeronautical Society of India, the Society of Polymer Science, India, the Indian Science Congress Association, member of the American Chemical Society, USA, and a member of Polymer Processing Society, USA. His primary research interest is cellulose-based materials for advanced applications, polymers for aerospace applications, polymer nanocomposites, and the development of automotive components. So here where I thank Mr. Orindam Shahu, who will coordinate today's session, who is an assistant professor of Department of ECE. So sir, over to you. You can start the session. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Without wasting much more time, I'm just warmly welcome Dr. Pradeep Kumar Majhi, sir. Sir, I'm not wasting too much time. From our perspective, we already introduced to the all the audience, sir. So please start today's session.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good morning to you all. Good morning to my own colleagues, because today I am meeting with my colleagues, those who are the researchers. And fortunately or unfortunately, I'm in a topic where I am also struggling and I am also learning. And most important thing is that today I am giving the presentation where I have no any expertise also. I'm expert in polymer engineering, but today I will be speaking where how we will be publishing the literature in the scientific journal. My topic for the so I am very thankful to Professor Muhammad Das, who happens to be my senior in my Calcutta University, and definitely I should appreciate Dr. Piyush Tatto, Anubrata Mandal, Saival Majumdar for inviting me, and I am very much thankful to Subarnalekha Pal for introducing my scientific contribution to the audience. Please let us start my topic: how to write for and get published in scientific journal. I'm associate professor in polymer and processing at IIT Roorkee. You must see the beautiful building of IIT Roorkee, and this year we are celebrating 175 years of our existence as an engineering college in India. This is the oldest engineering college, and from 2001 onwards, it has converted to IIT Roorkee. Earlier, it was the University of Roorkee. Before that, it was named as Thompson Engineering College. So there is a very good history. and I'm very lucky that I'm associating that institute. What will be the today's presentation? Today's presentation, I have make a 4 section. Section 1, that is scientific publishing. Section 2, before you start. Section 3, structuring your manuscript. And section 4, hints and tips. 1 second. Okay. Let me start with a winning strategy when we will be comparing our scientific community with the sports field. Just you will be wondering, there are a lot of similarities in the game, in the as well as with the literature publishing. Let me just clarify that 2 things in the sports and the researcher, then how to win that particular game. For us, being a researcher, we should publish, means how we will be publishing our research record. That is very, very important. If I compare the preparation level in the sports, what is the preparation level? That it is the physical fitness of the particular player. It is very, very important. For researcher, what is the preparation level? It is the result. Result supposed to be very good, and you have to prepare the result, then only it will be next step we can go. Then definitely we should communicate. In the sports, team member is supposed to communicate to one each other, because if you take a football as a game, then it is not the only one single player. And you must have seen that's Ronaldo, who is a very world famous player. Only Ronaldo cannot win the game for the Portugal, but whereas that Messi and his team, where there is a very good team member and very good communication between them, then as a team they are winning. And for us, what is the communication? Communication is for us, that is the manuscript. What we have prepared that manuscript, and in the manuscript itself there are different sections, and it's supposed to be matched to one to each other. So whatever you are discussing and whatever you are explaining and whatever you are concluding, that's supposed to be very matching. Otherwise, it is very difficult to get a publication from this particular manuscript. What we should understand in the sports, rule of the game. Rule of the game means in particular football or particular cricket, then there are certain rules. Then if we do not know the rule, then definitely we will doing the committed mistake. In submission process, being a researcher, we should not do the committed mistake during the submission process. If you see, there are so many different publishers, like your Springer, Elsevier, then your ACS, then your Nature. Then submission process is different. We should know what is the submission process for different journal. Based on the submission process, we should define how we will be submitting the process without doing any committed error. Okay, then for anything, we should gather the knowledge. What is the knowledge for the sports? Knowledge for opposition. When sports is if it is the France versus Australia or Australia versus something, then every team should know, they should always judge what is the strength of the other people, other opponent. And here, what is the basically knowledge we should gather? We should gather the knowledge from the published literature, and they are the most culprit for us. If there is a published literature, whatever we are trying to convey, then our manuscript cannot be published. Then published literature, we should know what is published and what has not been published. Based on that thing, we should focus the next step for the publication and tactics. Finally, we will be winning the game in the sports. And finally, if everything is going well, then it will be the publication for the final form. So there is so many different resemble between sports and researcher. And I used to tell always to my student, please be a sports personal. Sports mentality. There is a winning, there is a losing your game, and there are so many. Rejection and acceptance is a part of the researcher. Then we have to accept it. Today, whatever you are getting rejected, why you are getting rejected, based on the rejection, you should learn Based on the learning, next time you suppose not to do the similar type of mistake, so that we will be getting publication in the future also. Then, 1 second. Why to publish? People used to tell, then I'm doing research, but it's not required to publish, or I am very much confident enough with my own things, and I'm very happy. But it is not like that. And if I tell you in different way, every personality supposed to make a footprint. As per Swami Vivekananda's concept, we should put our footprint in the world or universe so that people can remember us. For us, basically being a researcher, we should particularly publish our thought process or research so that we can put our footprint in the research community. Here, to exchange the idea globally, that is also important, and that's why we should publish. And language is very important. The language clarity is supposed to be very, very good so that people can understand what you want to convey. Research is not complete until it has been published. That is the main motto, that we should publish. Why published in English? The international language of science. Other scientists wants to hear from Indian scientists. Today, global world, everything is available in the phone or in the your internet. That's why with a single click, you will be seeing what is going on to the other part of the world. Then you will be getting, so other part of the world also want to see what we are doing. And another important thing is that if I take it a little bit in different way, then your number of publications is linked to career advancement and funding sources, funding success. Then if we are not able to publish, you must have seen, then from assistant professor to associate professor, some at least you should publish a corresponding author, some 8 or 10 publication, then then your associate professor to professor, then another 10 publication is required. That's why also for the career advancement, that publication is important. Allow you to become an effective science communicator. And ultimately, being a researcher community, we should communicate what we have learned so that next generation can start from that particular level, so that we should be a communicator and we should learn how to communicate. And here, until you are doing research, then you will not be getting what is going on to the other part and what is the present status of the research. Then only you can do the communication to the next generation. So let me explain the submission process. I think, though I am telling to you, it is almost known to everybody, but still let me explain the submission process. Submission process, most important thing is that here manuscript and cover letter is very, very important. After preparing the manuscript and cover letter, then generally it used to go to the editor. The editor, what editor will check? Editor will check the novelty of the result and whether the topic is relevant to the particular journal or not. If it is not, then straightforward it will reject it. It will reject it without any review. Without any review. So in the cover letter, your novelty and relevant topic, you're supposed to mention that it is aligned with that of the particular journal what you are targeting. If you are not able to explain, then it will be going to directly reject without any peer review. Then if it is not rejected, then it will go for the peer review. Peer review. Then after first peer review, then it may be rejected again, or it may be going for the revision. It may go for the revision. Then after the peer review, then whatever comments they will be giving, most of the times they will be telling new experiment, improve readability, add information, give some explanation, then why it is happening like that. Then they will be asking, based on that information, again, you have to submit it to the editor. Editor again recheck it. If he is saying or she is saying that is good, then he may accept the manuscript. Otherwise, another way, he can send to the again peer review process. In the peer review, again, after getting the comment, then again you have to go for the revision. Then that's why the peer review revision that may continue 2 to 3 cycles, and finally it may accept or it may reject. based on the comments, whatever you are getting, based on the comment, whatever getting the editor from the peer review process, then he will be accept the publication or reject the publication. That's why rejection and acceptance is very this is the ball game of this particular system. Then we should accept it, and we should know how to review or how to do the revision that I'll be telling you slowly. Submission process timeline. Submission to the publication generally 3 to 12 months. Nowadays, earlier time when internet was not too much useful to us, then that time it was some 6 months, 1 year, 2 years time that is to getting one publication, but nowadays it's very fast. It depends upon the manuscript type, availability of the peer reviewer, number of revision, how well you address reviewer comments. That is very important. Like sometimes what happen, you are targeting a particular process of development where reviewer is very less. Then sometimes that editor may not get the good peer reviewer to review it, then it may get delayed also. And number of revision. If you see the good journal like Nature, Science, and ACS publication, then you will be seeing at least 3 to 4 times revision used to be happening. And if it is too much of revision, then again it will be going for the longer time. And most of the times we used to think how much time it should be taking and who will be doing the revision for us, who will be doing the review for us, and all the things always keep in mind we used to think. But thing is that it is not in your hand or in our hand, then how much time it's required. But as long as you are taking, whenever you will be, it will be coming to your part, then if we do the our job, then it may be a little fast. Be aware of little that a few things that very few manuscripts are accepted without any form of revision. Generally, I have not seen any of my paper that has been accepted without any revision. Revision is almost must. Second, even third reviews are common nowadays in most of the good journals where impact factor is very high. I have seen many times it is go to the third, when it is second revision or third revision, they used to introduce a new reviewer also. It is not the earlier reviewer. Rejection and revision are integral to the peer review process, what I told you, and it is very important, and we have to accept it. And peer review is a positive process. It is not a negative process. Please keep in mind that whenever it is going to the peer review, means there is some certain positive things in your manuscript. That's why it is going to the peer review process, and you will be getting some information that will help you to improve your manuscript quality. If it is not accepted this journal, at least the next journal, whatever you will be targeting, then it will be accepted. In the pie chart, you will be seeing most of the paper, it is rejected, majority, major revision. This is the part, minor revision, and acceptance rate is very less. Acceptance rate is very less. And after the major revision, minor revision, then again it go to the acceptance, and it will take time. And until you are able to answer all the queries that is raised by the reviewer, then it is very difficult to publish. Before we start, what we should do and how we should do it. Okay, let's start. Reading helps writing. Reading helps writing. Both sides of the brain are essential and work in harmony. And if somebody has the creativity, then we used to think he has some logical brain. The left side is the logic and the right side the creativity. And logic and creativity always going hand on hand. Similarly, for us, reading and writing will be going parallel. If you are not do reading practice, then you cannot write. Then how people have written it, then from this reading, you will be getting it, then you can write it. And you can generate the logic during the reading. And only after that, only you can write properly what you want to convey the message to the audience. That's why reading habit is important. If I raise the question, how many times, how many hours of a day or how many hours in a week you used to read a particular journal or your relevant journal in your research area? Most of the time, most of the time, just I'm telling you, being a researcher, we used to think but a student will do for us or somebody will be telling that what to do, then it is not the way to do it. We should jump into the system, then only we can learn. If we see that at least 60 minutes once in a week, though I am telling it's very, very less, 60 minutes is very less in a week, but I have seen many researchers, I have seen many research students, they are not giving 60 minutes also in a week to read the journal. That's why, my dear friends, just my suggestion is that please at least read at least 60, not 60 minutes, more than 60 minutes in a week, at least 20 to 30 minutes each day. Make a time that at least you will be spending 20 to 30 minutes each day related to your relevant research, what is going on, and try to realize and try to note down what is the new thing that is going on in the new thing is going into in your area. then only you can decide what type of research you can do. Discuss with your colleagues, because dear colleagues, whatever I have learned, then if I able to share with you, then whatever you have learned, then if you able to share with me, then instead of 20 minutes I have learned and you have learned 20 minutes, then it will be 40 minutes in a day. That's why in this way you can increase the your vision things that to reach your goal very fast. Journal club, nowadays in almost all universities, they have the journal club. They used to discuss what is going on. They used to debate in the particular topic. And as a result of it, what happened, you can gain the knowledge, what type of research you can start. Reading improve your writing, that I have told you. First of all, you have to think how means what to do during reading. You can define what to do. Structure and style for a particular journal, like if it is the ACS journal, if it is the Nature journal, if it is the IEEE journal, then your structure and style is different. Content quality, you can judge the content quality and you can basically improve your argument in the particular during your writing when you will be going through the reading process. And most important thing is that getting new ideas. And the generation of an idea, it is very important and it is very difficult sometimes until unless you are going through or if you are not reading it. Okay, and another most important thing is that what not to do, that also realize, because here that they will, when the explanation will be coming, what is not possible with that of the system and what is possible, they will be discussing when you will be reading it. That's why you know writing as well as your starting of your research, then you have to you can realize what not to do during your research also. Hot topic, how you will define the hot topic, and most of the times you will be seeing, and if I take the newspaper example, and just last year there was a hot topic that death of Sushant Singh Rajput, and you will seeing last 1 month there is no news, only Sushant Singh Rajput. Means if there is a controversy, then there is a basically news. Same for here also in the research. Then you must have seen when God particle 2000 somewhere in 14-15, that God particle that has been published by the Sovereign Research Lab, and during that time you have seen many literature used to come in this particular domain area to explain this thing. So when there is a controversy, when there is an unexplained finding, then definitely it is hot topic. And for getting the hot topic, we should go to the editorials, commentators, letters to the editor, and they used to tell what is the hot topic and what is inclined to the research nowadays, then you will be getting it. And most important thing is that until unless you go through it, then you will not be coming what is going on. That's why your involvement is important to the research, then only you will be getting that information, otherwise it is not possible. Hot topic, how you can get it, then talk to the other scientists, then you will be getting what is going on, you will be sharing something. Local society meeting, in the society meeting, there are different people are doing different type of research. If you discuss with that of the society meeting, then automatically you will be getting what is going on to the other part of your world or what other researchers what they are doing. National conference, again, similar type of things. International conference or international congress, if you meet, then definitely you will be getting that what is going on into the international OA and what is the new topic here. These are the places where the very latest results are presented. And before coming to the literature, then generally it used to be discussed. It used to be discussed in the different type of conference. Then only it used to come into the literature. So automatically, if you're able to connect or if you communicate during the conference, national or international conference, and if you're able to visit in interaction, visit and interact with the people, then you will be getting the information of what type of research is going on. Journal selection, and just here I have some observation that if I tell you the story of Einstein, you must have seen Einstein has only 4 research papers. Try to realize Einstein has only 4 research papers. So the primary 4 research papers, and including all, he has 16 research, 36 research papers. So but number of research papers sometimes is not important. That's quality of research paper is very, very important. Quality of research paper is very, very important. Whether it is giving a thrust to that particular area or not, that is very, very important. Nowadays, there are many journal paper. There are many opportunities to publish. But my submission is that then we should know where to submit, which journal we will be considering, and why this journal, and what is our quality, and we should know that our novelty of whatever we are suggesting there. Most of the times in India, just I have to take it in different way. Also, most of the scientists in India, they used to do the incremental research. Cutting edge research is very, very less. That's why Indian scientists, you must have seen, there is no Nobel laureate. That is unfortunate. I was in Japan, I have seen, and one particular person, he used to do the research, the particular whole life he will spend with a particular problem only. And when they will come up with that solution, they really used to come up with the solution because he used to go deeper for one particular problem. That is the important thing, the difference between other part of the country and Indian scientists. But notwithstanding that, again, still we should select our journal based on our standard. That is the appropriate of your message. Whatever you want to convey that message, then you're supposed to be very, very appropriate. Publishing frequency, like publishing frequency, say maybe per year 12 issue, per year 2 issue. Then publishing frequency very, very less. Sometimes we used to think, no, we will not publish this if it is taking too much of time. Impact factor. Impact factor is a very ambiguous thing. Some people, they used to tell it's very important. Some people, they used to tell it is not important, because impact factor depends upon how many researcher is doing research in this particular field, how many times that research has been cited. Based on this particular journal, it used to the criteria is to generate the impact factor. But notwithstanding that, if you see the cutting edge research where science, nature, all the paper has been published, they are hello. Hello, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's why, but if you see the impact factor of the science and nature, then it is very, very high. Okay, but it does not mean with the low impact factor paper, it is not good. That's why do not think with that other too much of impact factor, rather whether you are able to communicate your message and whether it is unpublished earlier or it is really a new thing. Then if you're able to communicate, then definitely you will be getting reward, not by impact factor, but also citation of that particular paper. That is very, very important. But we used to choose the impact factor because the reader you will be seeing many more. That's why we used to think if there is a very good impact factor of this journal, then audience you may get little high number. That is another important thing. The target audience, like just I am a specialist in polymer. If I want to publish in the IEEE journal in computer science, then definitely I'll not be getting the audience, because my audience, it is in the applied chemistry related things, material chemistry related thing, material engineering related thing, then I may not get the targeted audience. That's why I'm choosing the appropriate journal. That is very, very important. Aim and scope, that is also very important. What is the scope of the particular journal? Like if the journal is dealing with the metallurgy, then we suppose not to publish the paper where polymer has been discussed. So automatically aim and objective, aim and scope of this particular journal paper, that is very, very important. And based on the aim and scope of this particular journal, we used to think whether it is matching whatever we have generated in the manuscript. Open access or subscriber. Nowadays, there is a big debate. Then people are thinking open access is very good because it is really available to the people, really available to the people free of cost. But being in Indians, open access cost is very, very high. That's why we should know, we should think about the cost, because for one ACS journal, open access, if you want to make it open access, more than $1,500 you have to pay, which is very much high amount for us. That's why most of the times, though we know open access will be giving the more visibility of my manuscript, but still we used to go for the subscription type, where the reader will pay and they will get that they will be getting the access of this particular paper, and definitely number of readers will be going down. So that is another issue. Publication type, whether it is a letter, whether it is a review, whether it is it's a research article, and then you have to decide, because whatever you are writing a review paper, it's supposed not to be a research article. Then that time you have to choose the review type of journal where it will be very easy to publish. And in most of the journal nowadays, you will be seeing it has 3-4 different sections, like a review, then your normal general research paper, then your letter, then communication to the editor. And another thing is that sometimes when special topic used to come, then editor used to float to the special topic. In this particular special topic, if it is matching with your manuscript, then you can submit with that other special topic also. How many papers are published worldwide? Any guess? Then you will be surprising. How many papers are published worldwide per year? It is 1.4 million papers published worldwide each year. Try to realize it is very, very huge. How many books are published worldwide per year? You see, it is 2.0 million books published worldwide each year. And that's a very interesting question. It will be coming now. How many researchers have committed research fraud at least once in their area in percentage? Can have any guess? And most of the times when I used to give this type of presentation, I have seen people used to say that it is more than 50%, more than 25%, almost sometimes somebody used to tell it very high, somebody used to tell it very less. Can anybody please comment? And you will be surprising, it is very less. Though we used to tell that so that researcher has done mistake, I have done one mistake, and I have copied and pasted all the things, but it is very less, it is only 2%. So as a researcher, we are not committing this fraud, or we are not doing any mistake, majority of the researcher. But unfortunate thing is that the 2% people, it used to be highlighted in that way that is very heavy. Okay, so, and I think those who are sitting today and listening my presentation, and they are not doing, and they will not be doing any committed fraud, and that I'm confident, and we should basically generate that overview in our mind that we should not do anything fraud, means at least knowingly we should not do it. Okay. What is the most occurring reason for retraction? Most occurring, that is the honest error. Honest error, it is also error. What is the honest error? Then you see, 40% error in methodology, conclusion, and approach. Then what we used to think, it is my paper, I have published earlier, similar type of paper. Again, I am publishing, methodology same, how I can change, but it is not. You cannot basically copy and paste whatever we have published earlier. That self-plagiarism is also a plagiarism. That error in methodology and conclusion, it's supposed not to be supposed not to be happen in our paper also. Why it is telling the honest error? Because it is your job and your thought process earlier you have published. From there you are doing it's a mistake. That's why it is called honest error, but it is not also acceptable. Fabrication and falsification. What is fabrication? Then sometimes what happens, particular point, it is not coming as per the explanation. It is coming little low. And if you put it instead of 2.5, if it is going to the 4.5, then your justification maybe it's a good. But thing is that please do not do it. Fabrication is false because it's maybe some other reason. That's why you are getting lower result. That's why some people I have already seen, and I have reviewed many papers I have seen, they are not in the position to answer it, that it is 28% they use to fabricate and falsification. Redundant publication, it's 70% plagiarism and self-plagiarism. And your other reason for the retraction, it is the 15%. And most dangerous thing it is here, that is the fabrication and falsification of data. That is very, very dangerous. Then we should not do it. And I think we should make a commitment to us in the future or present, we will not do that type of any mistake. Simultaneous submission, submitting the same manuscript to multiple publishers at the same time. Sometimes sometimes what happened, I have seen, say maybe some 4th year, 5th year PhD student, they have no any publication and they will be struggling. They are struggling like anything. At the earliest, they have to publish the paper so that they will be getting their degree. But it is not like that. You are supposed not to do it. They used to explain like that way, that it is the wastage. We can save the time, we can save the effort, we can save the resource. Means same paper at a time parallelly, 4 different journals they are sending. And when a minor comment will be coming, then that will be processed, other thing will be discarded. But please do not do it. By chance, I have seen what happened. But from 2 different journals, I have received for review 2 papers. And it is same paper. Try to realize it is same paper that I am getting from journal A and journal B, similar type of journal. Same paper, it is coming to me to review. Another same journal, other journal, same paper that is coming to me for the review. Then it was very unfortunate for that particular researcher that I have informed to both the editor, and that particular research group has been banned for 5 years. Try to realize it. If you if you are getting entrapped, then definitely you will be banned for more than 5 years. So be careful, and I think we should not do it, that type of things. We should not bypass the process. Another thing is that multiple submission, and multiple submission means sending several different manuscripts to the same publishers. I generally suppose not to encourage to my student, including me, that the similar type of research, if we publish in the same type of journal, that may not give you the good impacts to the research. Rather, if it is a different manuscript, then you please try to publish in the different publisher, because nowadays there are so many different publishers to publish similar type of job. Because if I take it in different way, macromolecular engineering, then your macromolecular rapid communication, polymer review, all the things that is available. Okay. So that's why we should not do, we should avoid it. Sometimes we used to do it if it is entirely different or new things. Plagiarism, what I told you, plagiarism occurs when someone presents the work of the others, data, text, or theories, as if it was his or her own without proper acknowledgement. Then that is the plagiarism. And most important thing is that if you take the data, it is very difficult to check whether it is plagiarized or not. But text or theory, if you take it, then it will be we will be able to check it whether it is plagiarism is there or not. So before taking the data, that you please, just my suggestion is please do not take the data from the other. Do not claim it is your job. When you will be achieving it, only claim it is your job. What is fair use? Fair use is the right to use the copyright material without permission or payment under some circumstances. Then you can trail and you can invite it to come, you can write, and you have to give the proper credit to the researcher. General advice: verbatim copying should be put in the quotation mark and should not be too lengthy unless permission has been given. Permission has been given. Hello. Dr. Tapan Kumar Devnath, can you please mute yourself? Mr. Tapan Kumar Devnath, can you please mute yourself? Okay, thank you. Please give the credit to the original author. Sometimes what happens when basically I have seen from review paper, in review paper, everything is included. So a few days ago, when I was sitting with my student, he has written a good review research paper, and I have seen one particular paper he is citing many times. Then I have asked him, what is the reason? What you please show me the paper? When I have seen this is a review paper, and he is saying that yes, it is included everything. Yes, I admitted that thing. Yes, this particular paper, whatever he is citing, that is included. But thing is that as it is a review paper, that review paper itself, it has taken by the from somewhere else. It is not the original author credit. So I have advised him, please go through the original paper and cite that particular paper. Then only we can justice with our whoever has done it earlier, or first whoever is done. If an author is not sure about the length, he should always contact the publisher to request permission. Then definitely nowadays they used to give the permission. And most important thing is that always request permission for reuse of figure and table. And if at all in the research paper or review paper you want to utilize a particular figure or table for comparison purpose or some other purpose, then you please take the permission from the survey from the publisher. Then you can use it. And until you have an in the bracket, you have to mention that you have taken the permission. Self-plagiarism, it is the type of plagiarism in which the writer publishes a work in its entirely or reuse points by a portion of a previously written text while authoring a new work, but it is not publishable. Self-plagiarism may one of the most dangerous form of misconduct due to the lack of understanding of the ethics involved. Basically, what I try to tell you means you may argue, sir, I have done. From where I will be getting the literature? My dear friends, please try to realize if it is your thought process, if whatever you have done, you can write in your own language in different way also. Like most of the times that during the methodology, I have seen it is copying. And in the methodology, you need not to write again and again same methodology. You can again refer that particular method has been described so and so paper. Then you can start from there so that plagiarism, self-plagiarism will be reduced or it will not be a self-plagiarism. Otherwise, as it is the paper, as you want to make a little bit of big paper, then you used to think I will be describing all the methodology, whatever I have done in this paper, but it should not do it. You should not do it. Rather, whatever has been published earlier, you refer it. Then whatever new thing is that, you please discuss that thing. Then definitely it will not coming like that if what I told you. Data fabrication. Data fabrication is the intentional misinterpretation of research result by making up data. Please, just my sincere suggestion, please do not do it. Data falsification is the practice of omitting or altering research material, equipment, data, or process in such a way that the result of the research are no longer accurately reflected in the research record. In the month of June, July, I was in QT University. I have encountered a very good, information that one of the chap in the particular physics lab, he earlier 2-3 years before he has published one journal, it's a Nature Photonics or some Nature journal he has published. And they are very much logical also. Somehow the particular paper, what they want to show it, that is exceptionally brilliant. That's why during that time it was published. But later stage, when they have done it again and again, they have checked it, that particular point when they are doing this thing, that they are not tuning this thing. As a result of it, they are getting extraordinary result. Then when they have done the tuning, they see that it is not extraordinary result. It is that electromagnetism type of things it was there, and that electromagnetism, whatever they are getting, that is something extraordinary they are getting, but later on they are telling it is not any extraordinary thing, and they himself proposed to the journal publishers that they have done a major mistake, that paper is supposed to be retracted immediately, and they have retracted, and that is good. That is a good ethics also, that when you are seeing there is a wrong thing you have published, you can retract your own paper from the publisher's data, and by requesting that it was some misinterpretation, that's why it has been happened. But if it is happening by them or somebody XY, then that is a very dangerous thing. Then they may ban for a 5 years, 10 years, like that way from the scientific community. That please be precaution. We take the precaution for that particular things. Plagiarism checking tools. There are many plagiarism checking tools. Is there? iAuthenticate. Then your Turnitin. Then there are so many free available plagiarism software also is available. Some tips. The plagiarism, for related to plagiarism, the tool cannot detect all problem. Please keep in mind, tool cannot detect all problem, because you may change little bit, then your tool is not able to detect, but it is not like that. A low similarity score does not mean there is no plagiarism. Okay, sometimes what happened, most of the times we used to say it is more less than 10% plagiarism is okay, acceptable. But still, for my own understanding, please do not do like that way. So see from where it is coming, the plagiarism. Sometimes your name, sometimes your organization, sometimes your funding, whatever you are writing, or people are writing common phrase that will be coming, then it's okay. But if it is coming exactly whatever 1:1 from the other paper, then it is though score is little less for this particular part only, but for the entire part only, but that particular part is entirely copied and pasted. That's why it's supposed not to be happening like that. You should not do it. It is important to look at the individual score of the source, not overall similarity index. What I want to tell you, that individual score of the source that you have to check, not overall similarity index. Setting a standard above or below certain similarity index is misusing the tool. Like we used to use the Turnitin software, then instead of some 3 watt continuously, if I make it 200 watts continuously, then our plagiarism will be coming very, very late. But you should not do it. At least standard is 3 to maximum 5 continuous watt it will detect. You please put it like that way. Otherwise, if you put it like 10, 20, 30, 40, 100, then definitely you can reduce, you can show, you can make full to the other. But ultimately, when people will be doing with their own tool, then you will be catch hold of it. They will catch up on it. Only publication by participating publishers, societies, etc., are in the cross-check available database. Generally, what is available based on the available literature, they used to check it. But you should not. Sometimes some people used to do it, that going to the library, taking the old thesis which is not published online, they used to cut and copy. Please do not do that also. Common phrase are not excluded in the system. That's why keep in mind, and if it is coming, you need not to mind it. Text for which permission has been received will be highlighted. Then only you will be giving the credit. Yes, I have taken the permission to use this particular phrase, then it's okay. Do a check on review as they are considered secondary research. My submission is that whenever you are reviewing your own paper, please think it is not your paper. Okay, you are checking with somebody else. That's why we give a third angle view, so that you can see whether there is a particular some plagiarism or not, or some similarity things is not or not. You can check. By this way, you can check if you done means unintentionally some data alteration, then you can think, yes, data alteration, we should not do it, and yes, I have done it. Then you can check it like that way. Patchwork plagiarism is more difficult to evaluate. But sometimes what happened, some researchers, they used to tell, first cut, copy, paste, then rewrite. But please do not do that. First read it and absorb it, then write it. Then only then you will not be getting plagiarism. And if you do, then cut, copy, paste, then edit, then it will not work. Structuring your manuscript. Let's start with the manuscript structure. There are a few points, basically introduction, methods, result, and discussion. That is the main points. And other points is the title, abstract, keywords, reference, and acknowledgement. Generally, if you see earlier story, they used to tell once upon a time, there were this and so, but nowadays you should not do like that way. When you will be starting that thing, first you have to launch your thought process in that way, and you have to conclude the thought process in that way that there is a good story. That's why you used to tell it's a beginning, middle, and end. But each and each part, it has beginning, it has middle, and it has end. And the expanded model is IMRAD model, means introduction, methods, result, discussion. That is the main things that we will be discussing one by one. During writing, that your order will be different. What I'm telling you, during your publication manuscript, when you will be communicating, that this is the chronological order, introduction, methods, results, and discussion. But here, when you will start writing, then it is the order, then you should follow it. If you are not following it, then it may mess up. You may arrange it as per your requirement. But my suggestion is that you please, whenever you are doing any research, during the time method parts, write during the research itself. Because whatever you are doing methods, what methodology you are using, write immediately. And what result you are getting, write immediately. Then after getting the results, then based on the result, you please start writing introduction and discussion. What result and discussion, then write here the right, after selecting your target journal, you please write the introduction and discussion. Okay, finally, after the targeting all the things, write at the last the title and abstract, what you want to convey and what way you can give the synopsis of your thought process or research, then that is the abstract you have to write. And somebody used to think, yes, I can write chronological way after writing or after doing all the things. It's okay, as per the own choice. But my suggestion is that if you write immediately methods, you need not to put your brain. If you write the results, you need not to put your brain, because you are just telling the result only. You are not discussing. After the finalization of the journal, then you can do like that way. Most importance of your time, that is the title is very important. It will grab the reader's attention, introduce your manuscript to an editor, a level of indexing. Because the points, whatever you will be main keyword, whatever you will be putting in your title, that is very, very important, and it will be give you this thing. Con with the main topic of the manuscript, be specific and concise, avoid jargon, abbreviation, and acronyms. Please do not do like that way. Then only it will be very simple way try to convey what you want to convey. First impression counts. What first impression? When reviewer will be, let's say editor will read your paper, then what you will be checking? First, you will be checking your first line, that is your title of your manuscript. Okay. Then he will be checking whether relevance of your aim or not. Okay. Then impression, the importance of your result and validity of the conclusion, that depends upon what you have given into the abstract. In the abstract, that everything supposed to include as a very, very small way. It is not like that in abstract you will be writing like that way, very big sentence and giving the brief discussion of this your thought or research process. It is not like that. Directly straightforward, go to the particular part and give statement wise thing, then final conclusion. Judge your writing style. Likely the only part that will be read by the editor or the readers when they will be go through it. Why introduction? Introduction, why? Means what question you want to start it. The answer to this question is contained within your introduction that you have to write. In the introduction part, there are three things. Then we used to write a beginning, middle, and end. In the beginning, we used to launch the broad spectrum of your thought process, our thought process. Then in the middle, then we will be giving the literature reference and why this type of research is very important. And end, we will be telling what is the aim and objective of our research. Here, do not write a comprehensive literature review on the field, only related literature to compare and show the research gap on it. To cite review that readers can refer to if they want to more information. And here also that in the middle part, what is the rationale and reason for the study? Explain how you address the problem and do not state result from the study in the introduction part, middle. In introduction part A, merely state the specific aim of your result or of your study. State the methods you will be using to carry your aims and are the citation balanced, current and relevant. You please check again in the end of the introduction, and if it is not, then again you please rework on it so that it will be giving you the new thoughts that this is the new idea you are launching in the particular manuscript. Material answer method, established method can be referred. What I told you earlier also, describe statistical test, whatever you are using, that is important. Otherwise, what happened nowadays, people are believing you that if it is not statistically validated, your result. Clear subheading is important. Describe methods in the past tense, and new method must be described in sufficient details for another researcher to reproduce the experiment. Sorry. Result. In the result also there are three things: beginning, middle, and end. Assume a logical order to make a story. The total, it is a good story. You have to make a good story. Use subheading, use past tense, describe the result. When you will be describing result, it will be past tense, but refer to the figure and table in the present tense. Okay. And present tense, present the facts. Do not discuss your result here because you are basically presenting the only result, not discussing the result now. Okay, just give the only fact. Okay, and do not duplicate data among figures, table, and text. Sometimes I have seen then they are giving in the table, they are giving in the figure, and again same thing they are telling to the text, and they are explaining. It is not like that. You can refer to the figure so and so as giving this result, all the things, and either it is a table, and if you are giving the figure, then you should not give the table if it is similar type of meaning. Include result of statistical analysis in the text. Definitely what I told you, otherwise people will not believe you. Figures and tables are very effective, and it will give you the basically for reader or reviewer, it is give the very good impression that you want to able to tabulate or give show the pictorially that what you want to convey. Keep it simple. Use separate panels if necessary. Avoid duplication with the text. Label all parts of your figures. Include scale bar on statistical significance. You include all the things in the particular figure. Legend must be able to stand alone. It's supposed to be very, very readable. Otherwise, sometimes what happens if you take the machine data and if you put in the particular manuscript in the manuscript, then it is not legible. Then that's why just I'm telling you, legend supposed to be very, very legible. And discussion part, again, it has three part, beginning, middle, and end. The most difficult section of the author to write, because again, in this particular here, you have to explain whatever you are getting the result and why this result is very interesting and what other literature has been published and what they given the explanation, whether you are agree, whether you are disagree. And if you agree, then why you are agree. If you disagree, why you are disagree. You have to write, and it's during the writing, please be humble and do not show the arrogance during writing. Then you'll be very humble to write what you want to convey. Do not overstate the importance of your result. Like sometimes people used to write, this is the novel word, this is the first time has been so like that. Please, before writing that type of things, be very careful until it's very, very new and all the things. And then it's very difficult to whatever you are giving the statement. Over statement, it's very, very negative things. Sometimes editor or the reviewer, they used to reject straightforward because you are not giving the if yes, you are getting some particular result, you should accept that particular result. You suppose not to emphasize this is a very big result. It is not like that. Discussion beginning and discussion beginning. Answer the research question. Always provide the major and main result first. Give your conclusion based on the result. Okay. And discussion middle. Interpret the result. Are there results from any previous studies relevant to your work? What I told you have to compare. Compare with your result, other same or different. Possible reason. Then if it is the same, then reason. If it is different, why this is different, then you have to give the appropriate credit the appropriate literature that you are getting that particular explanation from this particular literature. Briefly describe limitation. If you don't, the reviewer will. Actually, what I am telling you, that if you are writing the limitation of your research, then during the discussion, then reviewer will be telling, then this is the limitation you have to discuss. Like before going to the reviewer, getting the comment, you should yourself can explain that particular part also. Discuss end. Then you have to go to the conclusion in that way, that yes, whatever you have seen the result and you have discussed that it's matching. Begin with the single or signpost, that is in summary or in conclusion, like that way you can write, mention possible application, implication and speculation if appropriate, suggest future work if necessary in the discussion end. Then I think now it is really okay to you to what to write, what not to write based on the research, whatever you have done. Finally, reference, then always format what you have to do it in the author's guideline based on the appropriate formats. Then you will be putting like that. Formatting is required in text for citation and for your reference section. Use reference management software, that is the Mendeley, EndNote, Zotero, papers, so many free tools is available. You can use that type of tool to utilize it. But immediately it will change as per the required format. Hints and tips. Cover letter and general rules. Then when you will be writing the cover letter and you are communicating the first line to the editor, then address editor personally. Dear Professor so-and-so, write like that. Please mention the manuscript title, publication title, and publication type, that so-and-so manuscript has been shared for you to review for this particular journal review, for review or for your research review. Background and rational result, you please write 1 or 2 lines. What is the background and what is the result? What is the novelty of your things? Why are you finding it is important? You please write. Corresponding author details and reviewer recommendation, you please write like that in the cover letter. Then only actually first impression from the cover letter that will give to this particular editor, whether it will be going for the peer review or straightforward it will be rejected. So it's be very give emphasis to the writing a cover letter so that it will give you the impression that you are in the right track. Always include, must have the statement. Original and unpublished, you have to write in the cover letter. Not submitted to the other journal earlier. Author agree on manuscript journal. All author, then no conflict of interest, you have to write. Source of funding, either there is a nowadays in the submission process, there is a column of source of funding and author's contribution. Nowadays, what you used to do, then who has done what? If it is the first author and if it is corresponding author, in between so many authors is there, what is their contribution? That is also have to be mentioned. Otherwise, what happened? It is like that all authors has an equal contribution. It is not nowadays. What do I find the reviewers? This is the very relevant question. Mostly, we used to think if I am sending to my friend, then it is very good, and he may not be a particular specialist whatever I'm doing, but still I'm sending because he is my friend. Please do not do like that way. Peer means those who are working the similar line, they are the peer. That's why from your reading and reference, you may get the who are the person working the similar field. Networking during your different conference meeting or international conference meeting, you can generate or you can interact the people, those who are working in this particular field, you can put their name as a reviewer. Aim for younger and mid-level researcher, because if you are putting the high or senior level researcher, they do not have time. So automatically, they will not review your paper. That's why if you aim the younger and mid-level researcher, that may reach to them. And finally, editor have the final choice who will be the reviewer for your particular manuscript. That's why. But most of the times I have seen, if you are given 5 names, at least 1 name used to be picked by the reviewer among 5. So at least there is a probability, 20% probability, at least it will be going to a particular person who is specialist in your field. Reviewers about the manuscript, what they will raise the question. Before their point of view, you can think whether that part already included in your manuscript or not. What are the questions they may raise? Are they rational and objective defined? Is enough background given to understand the rationale? Could a capable researcher reproduce the experiment? The question, if it is not able to answer in your research, then it will not be accepted. Are the results clearly explained and in the best format? Are the findings described in context? Are the limitations discussed? Are the conclusion supported the whatever it has been discussed? Is the literature cited appropriate? Are there contradictions within the manuscript? All the questions, whatever raised by you now, majority of the time, reviewer used to raise that type of question. Okay, so before starting, you should answer that type of question, whether it is actually, if you do it yourself again and again, sometimes you may not realize. That's why my suggestion is that if you are a peer group close to proximity to you, then try to discuss. Try to send your paper to review it. First, if they give the comments based on their understanding, then if you send, then at least you may get a good comments rather rejection of your paper. Like during revision, what you will be doing? During revision, that is very, very important. And once it is get revision, then you supposed to be very polite and professional. Okay, whatever, because the revision process, that review process is basically very critical and it is very time consuming. People are not willing to do it nowadays, and somebody has spare his time for review it, then you have to respect his time. So be humble and polite and professional, easy to see change. Okay, response to every comments, whatever that is given by the reviewer. Then refer to the line and page number, use a different color font and or highlight the text whenever you are doing the revision. In the cover letter here, response to the reviewer letter, each and every points, and you have to explain. And if it is required to give the cite, some letters the citation, please give the citation. If you disagree, whatever reviewer is telling, yes, you can disagree. It's not an issue. Please be humble and give sufficient evidence that whatever reviewer is telling, that is not correct. And give the explanation of why he is not correct. And again, just I'm telling, always be humble and professional, so that what you want to convey, that his ego will not hurt. His ego will not hurt. Otherwise, because he is the reviewer, then he can reject again. That's why be careful during the revision. And as per my opinion, whenever I am getting revision, and I used to think it is almost popular, it is almost accepted, because I used to write line by line in that way that I am giving respect and he has given time, and whatever he is telling, I am accepting it. Or if it is not accepting, why not accepting? Because so and so reason I am not accepting, and most probably he has not gone through that particular paper. That's why he is making misinterpretation of our result. Then if you write, and everybody will appreciate it, and everybody and reviewer also accept, yes, whatever he has given comments, that is not relevant, and he should accept, and you will give the acceptance of your paper to the editor. That's why this part is very, very important, critical, the way you are responding the comment of the reviewer. Language minimizing error. There are so many tools that you can use, Google Scholar and other tools to check of word use. Purdue University Online Writing Lab is there. Target journal instruction you can check. Retraction and comment function, and word count, spell check, all the things you can check. But my suggestion is that whenever you will be reading the total manuscript, it's supposed to be a very good story. And what you want to convey the message, that message is supposed to be very, very clear. When the clarity will be there in the message, then automatically it will be accepted, and it will be accepted. And after the publication also, when reader will be go through it, he will appreciate it, and he will cite your paper, or he will cite your published paper, so that you will be getting the credit. That is very, very important. Help your readers to understand. If you cannot explain something simply, you do not understand it as well. This is the quotation from Albert Einstein. If you cannot explain something simply, you do not understand it. That is very, very important. Dr. Roy, hello. Please. That is very important. That what if you understand very easily, then automatically your simplicity will be there. I think that's why for big people, big scientists to whom I have seen, if you see they are very big scientists, they are very humble also. They are humble and they are very simple also. And their writing also simple. And I have met a Nobel laureate in Japan. I have seen is very normal, and it's a very normal common people. It is not like that in India, if any famous person is walking, and so many people will be coming, sir, selfie like that way. But there I have seen, he is like common people, he is like other professor. There is no extraordinary things to him. And I have met and I have discussed more than an hour. I have seen it's very common people, and simplicity is very important thing for him. Right to express, not impress. Most important thing is that whatever you will be expressing, you need not to impress anybody. Consider your audience, their native language may not be English. That's why in India itself, our native language is not English. And that's why if we want to impress with our English language, sometimes we may not. And most of the times we are getting comments that English language is supposed to be very polished. Because as we are adopting the English language, that's why we are not able to impress also. And that's why express in simple way, that is one of the key of the success of your manuscript published. And I think that's all for today. Thank you very much for your kind attention. For if there is any question, please feel free to ask me.
Thank you very much, sir. And to the participant, is there any questions? If anybody facing any, if you have any query regarding the topics, sir mentioned very clearly, very point-wise, sir mentioned each and every point over here. So if anybody have any problem, so please share with us. If anybody want to share anything, can share with us also. I think, sir, there is no problem or no queries at all. But before completing that one or today's session of yours, I just mentioned to you, and thank you very much, sir, because as a researcher, as a PhD scholar, I'm just getting very much knowledge about it, that how we have to mention. Definitely, we are working on it. So first of all, again, I just briefly mentioned about your today's session about, sir mentioned one thing regarding the plagiarism, because we all understand about the plagiarism. We always try to minimize the plagiarism regarding the other one. We are not bothered about, sir mentioned one point, the low similarity does not mean the it's no plagiarism, because always we have to try, we have to mention that one from a specific one, we should below the 4%, as according to sir mentioned to us already. But always we have to use that one, that we have to maintain that point without plagiarism. Sir mentioned lots of things regarding the writing procedures of our manuscript from the starting to end. Each and everything sir mentioned very properly. We have to maintain that one, that will be very much beneficial. And last one that I have to mention to the all, that sir mentioned that about the reviewer choice, how we have to choose the reviewer, and another point that how the reviewer basically wants from our paper or our manuscript. If we think on that point of view, I think that will be also beneficial for us for writing the manuscript. So thank you very much, sir, for giving such a point out, and very point wise each and every explanations is very clear for us, to us basically. And I think all of the participants have get very beneficial for these sessions, sir. So thank you very much, sir. Before ending that one, from Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management, we are just showing a simple attenuations to you, sir. Please accept our this digital memento.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's a nice memento. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We expect that one in future. Definitely, we will get any support from you, sir.
Sure. May I leave?
Yes, sir. So to the participant, this session is over for today, and for the session 2 and 3, we just shared all the link, that is the feedback link and the question answer links. We will share in our WhatsApp group. So follow that one and complete the question answer and the feedback by today night. So for today is complete, and we will meet again for the tomorrow morning. Thank you very much. Thank you. Stay with us. Thank you. And we expect that one from tomorrow. We will meet again at the 10 a.m. Thank you very much. Thank you to everybody. We are just, again, I repeat the one thing, the link of the question answer and the feedback we will provide in between coming half an hour in the WhatsApp group link. So please follow the group, WhatsApp group. You have to complete your question answer and the feedback by today night 10 p.m. So thank you for this today's session. Stay with us, and we will meet again tomorrow morning 10 a.m. again. Thank you very much. And tomorrow's session will be started by the Dr. Devasis Day, Professor of the Macau. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.